For this final assignment, we are looking at a reflection on being a technology leader. We're going to look at some of the different assignments that really helped us get to this point, and then what we are going to do looking forward into the future. The first thing was, how do we demonstrate the knowledge and skills that we've learned? And the first assignment that really spoke to me on this one was the very first analysis that we did, where we looked at how are we going to develop this professional development curriculum. So our goal as leaders are to recognize where gaps exist. Our goal is to value the input of others, meaning in survey them, we're going to see what their needs are, not just assume what they think they need to know. We want to see what they actually need to know. And the really big key is leaders act as facilitators. They are not necessarily teachers. Their goal is to hand in hand work with the students to get them from point A to point B to reach the learning outcomes. And then we really looked at how to put this into plan and how to implement it. And the biggest assignment for that one was Module 3 in that analysis, where we had to create an agenda of what we were planning to do for our curriculum. And we had to keep in mind students have shorter attention spans, so make sure everything is sectioned out into smaller sections. Make sure there are activities and applications. We want to see these theoretical skills or these different ideas translate into real world application. How do we use this in our current job? And the biggest takeaway from that is that agendas are incredibly important. One, not only for showing everything in a timely fashion, but it helps the learner relate, okay, I'm going to learn this topic for 20 or 30 minutes, or I'm going to learn this topic for 20, to transition from one point to the next. And then when it comes to academic integrity and access for all, us as technology leaders have to, one, make sure we remember who our audience is and what we want them to learn, those student learning outcomes. We want to make sure that they reach those, and how we do that is can be as simple as creating our own plan and making sure that we have the protection for it, and that's the copyright part of it, so that our goal is to share our knowledge with others, but we also want to make sure that we're protecting our own intellectual property. But there are ways that we can still share some of that information with a whole bunch of others so that they can learn some of the things that you know. Because at the end of the day, our goal is to provide a service to our community as a technology leader. And this transitioned into the goals that we have to set for ourselves moving forward. Now that we've completed this class, how are we going to continue growing in these things? The first thing that I really thought of is I want to attend more workshops and seminars personally. And then once I attend those, I want to try to implement this new technology into my own work first to see how does it work out, kind of test things out and things like that. And with that then comes a natural step of being that facilitator, being that mentor for other people. So being ready to lead and to teach different coworkers the new technological advances, how to implement it in their own different parts of their work environment. And then also to find a way to bridge gaps in new and different types of learners. Not always will they all be able to have the hands-on in-person side of things anymore. You have to be able to adapt to the virtual side of things and make sure that we're connecting with all of our different audiences. And then the most important thing that I want to take away and goal / kind of a review is, remember at the end of the day, as tech leaders, we learn side by side with the people that we're teaching. So it's not this, I have all this knowledge, I'm going to impart this on you. It is, hey, we're continuously learning through this together. So I might not necessarily know everything, but we're going to help each other each step of the way in order to get to the goal. And that's some of the takeaways that I took away from this class, is that technology is a constantly changing realm, especially in the world of education. So we need to continuously grow ourselves and to help the